Okay, so I have one half of the main event of this weekend's Clanwars. I have Mr. Rogger Lopez. It's an absolute pleasure, and I want to thank you so much for taking your time, especially so close to the fight. I do appreciate it. How are you? How is fight week treating you? How are you feeling?
Thank you so much to have me in your show too. I appreciate that so much. I'm feeling amazing to be honest. It's only Wednesday. It's a fight week. Normal in these days, I'm being very grumpy, very bad doing my weight cuts because how I explain again, all these last fights in MMA, I've been doing the MMA on my own self. How I like That's why Coach Roach and John was talking. I was like, "You're crazy. How you doing that?" And like, because of my Muay Thai skills and my Jiu Jitsu grappling skills, I I went into to getting into the MMA world to be able to fight. But I have that. I had the bottom, but I didn't have that connection together. You know what I mean? Look, I enjoyed my fights before. To be honest, didn't go my way. Have no problem. It's okay. This business is to learn and grow. You know, that's all about it in this business, to learn and grow. You can't just not lose and step back and go and run away. This business is like this. When you are in the win-win, when you're in lose-lose, what we can do, you know. But I'm actually so happy that today, Wednesday, 2 days near to do the wake-up, and I'm actually so happy. No grumpy, no anything, and I've been having a lovely camp, you know. It's been having a camp before for a different fight with another fella from Ukraine, but he pulls out because he matched with me at a one way, and then he tried to do catch weight, a completely different weight division, and kind of like it was the next weight division, and we were like, no, we can't that happen anymore. As how I say, I used to be alone before. Now I have a big back on me because the whole gene I'm gonna fight representing, and once I joined that gene, the vibes, the energy of the people, everyone was even I fought about 3 laps of that gym, you know. It's crazy because it's just all a lovely vibes, you know what I mean? It's nothing like I turn around and say, no, it's blah blah blah. No. I actually love that gym. It's nothing to do with anything else. It's just happiness now, you know. Can't so excited to get there and show the world because it's the world watching. I know that show the world the new me, you know.
Perfect. I love how happy you are because usually if I get fighters at this stage, it's very, how are you? Good. How's camp going? All right. Joe, and it's like that. And it's not, it's because, like you said, the weight cut takes a lot out of you. And I like what you said there that you had the top and the bottom, you needed that connection. And I think I've seen you fight, and I think your record doesn't show how good you are actually, really, because I have seen you fight. I've seen you in the close fight with Martin. Um, and
Mhm.
I've seen you, obviously, you were unlucky against Nate. It was the first kind of exchange, but what's it like? Because SBG, obviously, John Kavanagh, but Coach Roach, he's someone that I don't know if he gets enough credit. I think because he does a lot, man, he does so much work in the background. What's it like working with Coach Roach? He's an absolutely amazing person and a great mind.
Oh, stop. That is a good point to talk about it. Like Coach Young, amazing person. Coach Roach, amazing person. When I went into to the gym, like I actually that was about I think was 2020 or 21 when I was doing rounds with On Cheryl. We was in the gym where I used to work before, and on shadow say, bro, you're good there, you're good there. Come to SBG, you need to put everything together. The MMA, that's what's gonna be cool. And I'm like, yes, yes, but working different gym, doing different hours work. Commitment wasn't there. You know what I mean? But uh, when I started joining after the Jordan fight, joining to the gym, I was talking to Coach Roach. Coach Roach, the first thing I respect is one is the coach doesn't give you the belief you're in the wrong place straight away. Coach Roach put me in a mindset where I was like, oh, thank you. Thank you so much. He gave me so much positivity. Okay, every fighters need it, you know. Don't need to be thrown it down to say, oh, he's better, he's shy, you're shy and this, blah, blah. No, coaches is the man is the brain of the fighter too, you know what I mean? Coaches is the ones direction the fighters everywhere. And when you see a coach like him try straight away pull me in the boots what I want to do more now, you know what I mean? So kind of like a work with with the two coaches, Roach and John, have been amazing. We working with Coach Reg, do a bit of parts different different places like Kenigan, like in different places, but working specific in the MMA sense because that's when I'm gonna start fighting from now on. Not forget the Muay Thai, forget probably I will get one or two, but okay, one or Jiu-Jitsu, but I will more focus on the MMA in a moment because that's what I put my two skills together. You know what I mean? My strike and my ground. And coaches in there, Coach Roach and Coach John, just boom, like that. Click me. When I went there, they put me so much energy and positivity in my head, can kind of like a wow. I should be doing that before when Sheriff told me go over there. You know, come over here. I used to spar with him with Sheriff. I used to spar with him before I get to SBG, and he was like, "Con, este, no far Kian Cowley too. We used to do rounds in his gym, and Kian was like, "Oh, you should come down to SBG. Will be a cool crazy spot. You should be put everything together now. You have everything put it together. That's the key." And I'm kind of like all the last few years I've been working in the gym. I'm kind of like my MMA is different game now, you know? Like that's how excited I am to step in the cage on Saturday. You get me? So I can't explain anymore. That's my excitement and telling you that like I wanna show different me. It's the new me, you know?
Yeah, no, I love the excitement of you and enthusiasm. I can see that you're dying to show everyone how much you've improved, and just from talking to you, I can see how much this has probably improved. Obviously, your skill set, but like one thing you said there was your confidence and your belief. Because when you're by yourself, it's hard to pick yourself up sometimes. You're always going to be harder on yourself. But if you have
So
people like that to say, okay, you did this wrong, you're doing that wrong, but we can do this. Whereas by yourself, sometimes you might not see it, you might not have the belief in yourself. And then if you have someone like John Kavanagh and Dave
exactly.
Roach telling you you are this good, you are, that helps. That helps in all aspects of life, and you can see it coming through you right now. It's coming through the screen at me right now from you, and I love it.
Yeah.
But talk to us about Clanwars. You fought on them a good few times. The production's fantastic. It's a great show. How do you find working with them? They seem to be quite good to work with for yourself, obviously, because you've been on the show many times.
Yeah, look, Clanwars have an amazing platform around UK, Ireland, and Europe, you know. Like it's a good show to go into it. Like I'm very, how I can explain you, like they're very friendly. Obviously, it's a bit of there between on set, but it's a show. They need to sell. In a moment after of what happens before on my last fights, probably I could lose a bit of belief on my own people. You know what I mean? But I will get there. Now I need this fight to prove everyone else is this is different game now. You know, I'm coming. I'm coming very to take everything. You know, and that 66 kilogram weight division is my division now. You know what I mean? That fair way. I wanna go. Whoever is in my way, doesn't matter if he's better or he's worse, he's in my way. And they match me with him. I'm not a picky. I go. I'm the type of fighters. Yeah, I'm better than you. I'm gonna smash you. You are better than me. Probably we're gonna have a good war, and probably we both wanna end winning something. Experience. If you know win the fight, you win the experience. We're against someone's good. You know. I always say that I I fight anyone, but I prefer fight better fighters than me. You know what I mean? If I win the fight, that makes me better than that fighter. You know what I mean? Better than everyone. So I am in that type of thing that like, oh, this weight division is my one from now on. So I'm gonna come for anyone is in that division, and we wanna prove the world what we've been working behind the scenes. Because everyone was like, oh, the fight performs, but they don't see what we suffering in the chain. It's not just just training. We need to pay bills. We need to do this. We need to work. We cannot force injuries, but we get injuries in everywhere. That's normal thing. I fucked my LCL. I fucked my NCL. All this, but now I'm fully recovered and no problem, no anything. I got that before, but no anymore. You know what I mean? That was what the last year. But how I say to you, uh, Clanwars is a good place where to work. I'm happy to step in that cage and and bring to Clan Wars, bring that show, but we gonna bring the show for that show. You know what I mean? We is gonna make that people excited outside the cage, behind the TVs, where gonna be a pay-per-view. They all's gonna be. You understand me? They all gonna say yes. Let's go. Like, we can't wait to see that fella again in that show or in any type of shows. You know what I mean? That's the excitement I have on me today and can't wait to perform that on Saturday.
I can't wait to see you because you've got a smile from ear to ear right now, and it's
Oh,
very good to see.
stop. Yeah.
Um, but there's one thing I'm going to ask you because obviously, like you said, you were kind of on your own before. You've got the team now. When you were on your own, what kind of study did you do on the opponent? Did you do it all yourself? And what way do you do it now? Do you let like Dave and John look at that? Talk to us about how
Oh,
you did it before and how it is now, and how you feel it's better now. Because obviously, I think if you're a fighter, you might get obsessed and look too much. Whereas John and Dave will know exactly what to look for and pass that you information rather than you sit and watch loads of tape. What was it like before you got with SPG?
yeah. Like, to be honest, before I was just looking one or two fights. I was seeing the way they stand there, and I was like, okay, cool. But my mentality, it wasn't the same ones as is right now. Like, and once I was getting in the fight, I was just, striking in my head, forgo the takedowns, forgot this. I was like, boom, cool. And once I get engaged too much on the strike, they was taking me down, and I'm like, fuck. And when we went to the ground, in the ground, oh, jiu-jitsu, but it's completely different. You know, you could be black belt in jiu-jitsu, that fella could be blue belt, but he has good MMA ground game. It's completely different game, you know what I mean? So kind of like all this, I didn't have respect. I gain all this with the hard work, training, heavy sparring, and sparring with the best ones too. You could see all the lads down there in the gym is hanging around. They're the best in the world. You know what I mean? So everything of these tactics, I used to just watch my opponent. 2 3 fights. I was like, the last fight. I was like, okay, no problem. He's striking his shot, and then I was getting in the ground. Obviously, didn't do much in the ground like in Martin Zembala. If you see that fight, that fight, the first 2 rounds, he took me down. But what he does, he do nothing. He didn't do nothing in the ground. Quite, I think, after the 30 seconds or maximum 60 seconds, a fighter doesn't show anything on the ground, they should be the fight stop and go back in the standard. Do you believe that? I say that will be fair because and then you're not giving the show to the people. It's not a fight anymore. You're not showing anything. Like Martin Zembala, he took me down the first 2 rounds, doing nothing in the ground. I breaking his posture all the time because I'm a jiu-jitsu, obviously. I was trying to break his posture so he cannot ground pound me, you know. But if you look it up at the score of the striking, he never done better than me. And the third round, same thing. The third round, same thing. I came all. I thought I won because my mentality, but to be honest, is now it's completely different. My score system is in different way now. Like, I'm happy they're doing the job I used to. I used to just do a job for 10, 15 minutes watching them fight, and then we're like, okay, that's it. But they know what to do, so I'm happy to get directed from them. You know they're the best ones. So now my belief on my coaches, 100%. My ears on them all the time now. That's why. That's why. Yeah, it was complete. It's a completely game changing. You know, from work alone to be my own coach, to be able to get in the cages and fight, to now to have two of the best ones in the world direction me. You know what I mean? Like, what else I will ask? I am so happy for that.
Yeah, it's like you said, what more can you ask for? You went from a place where you're doing it by yourself to, like I said, John Kavanagh, world renowned. Dave Roach does a lot, but like Dave Roach, Dave Roach, I believe, flew from Paris back to Cage Warriors, and I don't think he even went home. Joe stayed with the night with the lads. Claudio, someone who I really, really like from that gym. Really, really have a good time for Claudio. Hopefully, I'll have him on again soon.
Yeah.
But it's like I said, you've got them backing you up now. There's one thing that you kind of touched on that I want to kind of expand on. Maybe you were saying obviously because you had the jiu-jitsu and the striking when you're on the ground, and I look at you probably see with novice fighters now because there's no ground and pound. So for jiu-jitsu guys, novice is quite. If you're on the bottom, it's okay because you can't get ground and pound. And when you were going to the ground before, like I said, you had good jiu-jitsu, but obviously you'd be prepared for the ground and pound, but you know that game a little bit more now, what to do to break the posture. And has that come from obviously training with SPG for the past while that when you get there, you can't just start throwing up angles. You have to protect yourself because if you get a couple of hard punches, you know yourself, it has to be stopped because your safety is the most important. So is that something when you get to the ground now, you're obviously you can explain, but have you learned a lot more from that position from being in SPG? And talk to us about the people that you train with and what's like training with them.
Yes, like, to be honest, is jiu-jitsu is lovely, yeah, but you need to point the facts of persons. Normally, if you try to call, you try to looking for some submissions, it's gonna be hard. You as a jiu-jitsu, I'm doing jiu-jitsu when I was 13. Now I'm 30, yeah. So I'm doing jiu-jitsu when I was that young. Okay, my jiu-jitsu straight away is different. But and once in these games, once like you pull half guard, why you wanna pull half guard? It's
Yeah.
so ridiculous. In half guard, they're gonna keep your feel big banging, and they're not just hands. It's not just fists. It's elbows. It's a lot of race to try to play down on the ground. But if we go to the ground, unable for anything, and the stand in the ground, no problem, no problem. Like, I've been working with all the good guys in SBG, Claudio, what's in there, Pedro. I've been working with Dara, Nate. I've been working with On Cheryl. It's like a Steven Costello. No, last guy, Connor. Good few people, like a kind of like a unseen things different. You know what I mean? Like, my my MMA jiu-jitsu is a lot of different in the moment. It's a lot of different. I won't call jiu-jitsu. I will call it MMA grappling, because I believe it's completely different. Have submissions similar, but you need to know when to do it. You can't just go over there and start pulling guard or start trying to get a close guard, because if you don't have the good hands grip or good grips, you're gonna get smashed straight away. You know what I mean? You understand that part, so I kind of like a that jiu-jitsu doesn't work as a proper MMA grappling, MMA grappling is completely different. It's a lot of explosive things. It's a lot of pressure. It's completely different. Like, on my side, I've been in jiu-jitsu. I have more than 100 competitions,
Wow.
tournaments. I love jiu-jitsu too, so I have a lot I've been doing for when I was a young, you know what I mean? I was very young, so I've been competing constantly. My coach, my jiu-jitsu coach, he was like, don't do Muay Thai, stay jiu-jitsu. My Muay Thai coach, don't do jiu-jitsu, stay Muay Thai. I was like, I was,
Go
wait,
to MMA. That's what you
I,
did.
you know what I mean? I kind of like, oh, I'm happy now. I love this gym, you know. SVG, I love this gym. I have everything together. My coaches doesn't just tell me stay on the standard, stay on the ground. And my coaches just tell me that's good. You know what I mean? Kind of like, I'm happy in this part. To be honest, I'm very happy in that side.
You know, it looks like you can see the happiness, you can see everything. I can't wait to see, and I think obviously Andrew's a very good fighter. But if they're going to look at tape on you from 2 years ago, you're going to be a completely different fighter than you were then. Like you said, you've put all these things, you've gelled these together with the coaches, with the people you're training with every day. Like you said, top standard, like the best of the best. So I'm really looking forward to this weekend. I won't be at the show, but I will be watching on pay-per-view. Um,
Yeah.
I gotta let you go. I want to thank you so much for your time. Next time, we're gonna have a long talk. We're gonna talk from the beginning to the kind of
Yeah.
now. But with because it being so close to the fight, I don't want to keep you too long, or too late as well. So,
Yeah, no problem, bro.
so
No,
maybe.
no, you look, I have the plenty of time.
Oh, you have plenty of time. Okay, cool. Right, we'll speak
Sorry,
more. Okay.
no.
Yeah.
No, you asked me. Look, I'm not in rush. Look, I'm happy, enjoying
Okay.
that part because
Right.
tomorrow and Friday I won't be happy.
Perfect. Okay, so obviously, what's your thoughts on Andrew as an opponent? I've watched him quite heavily in the amateur scene because obviously I do a lot in the amateur scene. He hasn't fought for quite a while himself, so obviously he's not going to be the same fighter that he was. What are you expecting from Andrew without giving obviously your own game plan away?
Look, to be honest, is I hope he makes the way as good. I'm hoping he gives me a good fight because me too. I've not been fighting from a while now, so I'm looking, I'm looking for a good fight. You know what I mean? I'm not just gonna go and try to pretend something. No, like if he's bring me a war, I will be so happy to have a good war. So I wanna show what I am capable. Show everyone what it is. This is for, but to Andrew, to be another type of person that give a shot to my opponent. All respect is a sport, and how you said, it's a lot of kids, teens, everyone watching us. So I don't want to be a prick talking shit. But what I say is, I hope he's okay because after the fight he won't be okay. That's all. You know what I mean? Hopefully he just train hard because he won't be prepared to meet me. I know, like the other lads he's been fighting, I know who he fought is completely different now. So hoping he gets in the cage. Okay, that's all I want because he won't go out. Okay, that's all I say.
That was the nicest way to say you're gonna hurt someone. Like that was the nicest way of
Yeah,
saying I gotta hurt someone. And I like that. And I like the fact that you said you don't want to talk shit because it's like you said, there's kids watching and that's not you. And you have to be you and who you are. And because if you try to do stuff like
exactly.
that, it like unless
Yeah,
it's really you, it comes off. You can see it.
yeah.
Do you think, obviously, with you being out so long and with your record, do you think that Andrew could possibly underestimate you because of that?
Look, everyone could think, could do whatever they want. It's all about to find out. It's how they say, it's all about to find out. How's that say? You fuck around and you will find out. You know what I mean? This is this business. This business is try to go with the best to be the best. So see, he says he's supposed to be the next prospect on the MMA scenes on that thing. Let's find out. I'm here. I'm training. I'm stepping anyone put me in front of me, no problem. That's what is my training for. It's not just just not just to look good. It's for be prepared anytime. And I'm not training for this fight actually. I always training to stay ready. I could get a call next week, the other week, the week after, and any show. I'm just ready all the time. You know.
And I love that. I love that when fighters say they don't need a camp to get like Joe, like you said, you after this fight you come out healthy. I'm matching for a show in Belfast. I might ring you in 2 weeks or ring your coach and go, does Roger want to fight? You know? And like that, if you're always ready,
Yeah.
you're gonna be. We might have that call. We'll see.
Yeah.
um, uh, but one thing that you said earlier, actually, that I want to go back to is you always fought the hardest people. Like I said, you always fought like Nate Kelly, Jordan Fury. Like these are like the top of the top, and you didn't shy away from it. Whereas a lot of people, like, do you find in MMA a lot of people are trying to get easier fights at the start of their career? And I know, obviously, I think a nice even fight. I don't think it should be this. It should be a nice even, a 50-50. Do you think with MMA is kind of going like boxing in a sense, in some with some people that they're trying to have that perfect record for the first couple of fights and that they're not taking the hardest fights that they could? Or is it a case that they're finding it hard to get matched? What's your opinion?
Like I know I've been I I've been witness of actually yes few boxers paying for a journeyman to be able to build records. Kind of like I turn around and say, what type of fighter you are? Extremely when I see a fighter like that, I'm like, what type of fighter you are? Oh no, most of the people do is like, oh no, that's like you're paying to someone to stand on there and then just to win the fight. But you're not winning for cold because that person is nobody. You know what I mean? Like I I believe myself I've been fighting the best ones and I'm happy to fight the best one because I learned a lot. It's things you don't see. But if I find nobody, why you wanna learn? What? You build your record? Wait till you meet someone good on the top, and then that person's gonna boop, drop you out from the mountain. You know what I mean? Similar to this. Obviously, I got tough fights. I know just then lads. Also, I don't know if you remember Tyron Quinn when I fought him. He's
Yeah.
6'6".
I
You
remember he was
remember
actually supposed to
that?
make a
Six
comeback
foot
2 years
six.
ago. I think he was supposed to make a comeback 2 years ago on
Yeah,
your. Was he supposed to fight Marchand before you
yeah.
actually? And he pulled out, and you came. Was that? I know him. I know him. I know him. Anyways.
Yeah, but no, I think I fought him a catch weight. I think the catch weight is 77 when I fought Tyron Quinn. Because I was supposed to fight what's his name? His SPG too is este I forgot his name, but I supposed to fight him, and then I got a call the day before of the fight. He's like, "Look, are you willing to take a fight against him?" I say, "Look, to be honest, it's a challenge. I love the challenge. You know what I mean? It's a challenge. This person is well taller, well bigger. The division is not my division, but I fought in them divisions, so I don't care to be honest with you. But exactly, I went in a war with Tyron Quinn, same thing took me down. Don't do much in the ground. And the striking, I was on the top. Same thing. Things we learn, how I say. When you fight the best one, you learn. I know it, the last couple of fights ago, I learned a lot. Now, plus that learning, plus that coaching I have now, that thing I have now with SVG, oh man, can't wait to show all this excitement on Saturday night. You know what I mean? Can't wait to be honest. Yeah, yeah. I believe, I believe my time is is now. I believe I'm on my prime time. I'm just gonna keep coming and keep coming and keep coming. Hopefully, no end with any injuries and can be able to catch straight away another fight. Keep like that, keep like that, keep like that, and hopefully get somewhere because my when I was just thinking when I was a kid, yeah, my mom used to draw me with my on my granny's. where my uncle used to do. My mom didn't know that part, but my uncle used to do like a street fight.
Yeah.
So I was about 10, 11, or 12 between that age, and my uncle used to do bets. Yeah, I used to go outside on the road, and we used to do bets. People around are doing roundings, and me and another kid is matching each other till my mom find out, and my family killed my uncle. But like, how would that from that day, fighting, it was my cup of tea. You know what I mean? Fighting is being nearly, I kind of like a, my mom hates my uncle, but I think he's the one put me the C, put me the little C in my pocket and say, look, probably you will be in somewhere in one day, but look where we are now. We just need to keep pushing. Dreams had to be had to be made, and goals had to be hit. And when we hit them goals, we hit more goals. We set up new goals. And when the goals come, it's like that because life is only one. And if we don't do much, we will end very bad. You know, you could die not happy. You could die. You wanna die happy. You wanna die. Oh, look what I did. Oh, wow, so happy. I can die tomorrow. I can die today, anytime. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like a, yeah, calls are being made, and let's keep pushing them, bro. To be honest, I'm so happy, and thanks for the opportunity. To be honest, this is like, I didn't think I will be that happy talking to you. You know what I mean?
What's
At
wrong with
that
me?
stage.
I'm only joking. No, it's good. I like that. Like I said, I wanted to give you the opportunity. I want to try and get right. If I could, I
Yeah.
would do this full time. But like you said, like yourself, I've got bills, have to work. You do a lot more than me because you work. You have to do gym. You have to make sure your food's right. I have to go to work.
Uh,
My food is my food. I do this for a couple of interviews, but obviously, I'm gonna let you go after one or two more questions. But after this fight, obviously, like I said, if you don't stay injured or anything, are you looking to stay quite active and just, or are you gonna take kind of just say if you win this fight and you're fully fit, would you look to fight again before the end of the year, or are you gonna see the year out after this fight?
oh, bring me anything comes on my weight division, or anyone on my weight division in front of me. Open store, welcome, and taking anything. Injury just is short term. Injuries are short term. If you still left it, I could step again. You know what I mean? And no problem. If I have one or two more fights, I'm happy. I will love to, like how I say in the early year, I would love to close this year with 4 or 5 fights maximum. But at that stage, I say if I finish 2 or 3 maximum, will be happy days. You know what I mean? So yes, he's Andrew is on my way, in my weight division. So I need to fight him to take him out. No problem. We do this. That's what we all been preparing, training. All the preparation is done. Everything is done. Just go and do the job.
Yeah, I see you're still smiling. I love it. A happy fighter is a dangerous fighter, is what I say. And I'm looking forward to see what danger you do bring to Andrew this weekend, and vice versa, what he brings to you, and bring the best out of each other. And that's what the sport's about, and that's what I love. I'm going to let you go. Is there anything you want to say before you want to go, or anyone to shout out? Thank you so much for your time. It's been an absolute pleasure. And we will have a longer one where we discuss from the beginning to now. And we'll
Um,
talk a little bit more about the street fighting because I want to know more about that street fighting.
oh yeah.
Is there anyone you want to shout out before you go?
Yes. Look, first thing, show off my team SBG to coaches. They've been putting a lot of work, or yourself. And once they stay in there, look after the fighters to the pilot, be preparation, and don't get in a danger situation into the cage. That's the main thing. It's not just go and teach a technique, it's go mindset and everything. So that's their job. As I'm a coach too, my job the same thing. My job is try to prepare my fighters to not get in that type of danger situations. 'Cause, this game is very risky, but without risk is no reward. So show out to my coaches, John, este, John, Coach Roach, Dave Roach, coaches the Rage, my coach also Penigan too. He does my hands, the Olympic silver medalist
Yeah.
Sopa. So he does my hands too. Coach Davy Jones, he's having a bad time in a moment. I'll give you all the heart, and hopefully God touch his heart and his misses. Don't want to say the problem, but I give a lot of love to Coach Dave. Dave Jones. He's amazing coach too. Yeah, he's been putting word on me too, and I like the work we've been doing. And a big shout out to my sponsors also on my team too. Before my sponsors on my team, because my team Lopez is the little club I rescue after my gym went on fire. That little people, this coaching in a corner in a studio. I know get paid, but you see what I post on my Instagram about the kids what done to me. They write a little paper with my flag, with my name, everything they wish me. These things is what makes me happy. Life is only one. Money doesn't do that. You know what I mean? These kids, I'm not making. To be honest, over here, I'm not making money with them. I'm not making actually like using my money to cover a bit of rent. But you see, the life of that teens made me happy. But I want a big shout out to to my sponsors now. Yeah. Yeah, especially thanks to my sponsors. Yeah, the delicious restaurant is down in Problem Village, and the best, one of the best meals and foods I have. They all the time look after me. KCA Logistic is one of the cold storage. They all supply all around Euro, supplies all the restaurants and shops, and for example, Tesco, Little, all them, they supplies with meat, any type of meat, any type of anything. BNC Manufacturers is a company, welding company, is really good. Give a show, get in contact, and then on Instagram, you could see I will post that on my Instagram too. Every single sponsors, I will put it down on my Instagram. So if you need any word or any products or anything, that you will go through them. We have Dublin Band Center. That's where the main fella, the all supplies with the bands around. Anyone looking for buy any band for war or anything, go to Dublin Band Center. Woodfire Winds down in Clondalkin. Woodfire Winds is one of the best wins also. I couldn't wait after my fight go down and eat on them wings. I love them. Champagne Kennels, my friend Colin Fitzpatrick, also he's bringing the new set of dogs of everyone looking for him. Just give a show. He has a lovely breeds there. They are well trained dogs. They're well trained, and we have Cooper's Corner. Cooper's Corner is also a nice restaurant where you can go have a night of live food, and plus you can have a lovely drinks, or you have a bit of wine or anything to pass the night and be with the person you want to be. Dunes Airport Taxi, Rafan, he's the best service to the airport. You can contact them anytime, available any day, anytime. Ultima Injury Solution, Alan, stop. You see my body is like that because he's been helping me a lot. He's amazing work, basically the best sponsor I have in the moment too, because as a fighter, body needs to be released and loose and ready to rock. And Alan is the one is been helping me in that part. Thank you so much, everyone. I appreciate it, and we see you in the next one.